Yo, so today just going over Tuesday analysis. I had football training, so couldn't really train, but yeah, I'll just show you some setups that we possibly could have taken. There was one in GJ, and there was one in the Nasdaq futures. Not too much of the S&P, but there was S&P divergence between these two. But there was a trade on Nasdaq. But yeah, I'll go over the GJ trade. So um, looking at news, we had two red folded newses, so would have waited until eight after 8:30 p.m. after news comes out to take a trade. But yeah, so um, before pre-market or an Asian session, before I would have hopped on, as you can see, we were um, still bearish. As you can see, this was turned out to be an upside trend, but yeah, so uh, this was the low, break of structure, so we were bearish. This candle wouldn't have closed until 2 hours after London opened, so we don't care about that candle for now. But yeah, so we were bearish on the 4 hour. 1 hour, we were also bearish with this break of structure. These two candles, so we were bearish. Up on the 1 minute. Where are we? Yeah, so all this we would have ignored. Wait till news comes out, 8:30. So as we can see here, we had liquidity here, buy side liquidity. This was, I think, a New York high, if I can remember. But yeah, so we sweep that, as we can see on the 1 minute, and we get our break of where is it? We get our break of structure right here with this candle, and then we get displacement. So that's three confluences: liquidity sweep, break of structure, and then displacement. So short, probably at like 50% mark, but since a spread it would be like here. Stops above liquidity, and target sell side liquidity, which was down here. As we can see, trade played out pretty nicely. This would have been a good trade sake. Obviously, I wasn't here to take the trade, but yeah, this would have been a nice little setup to the downside. As we can see, price reversed, but we're not too worried about that. But yeah, this would have been our trade. And let's move on to Nasdaq. So on the 4 hour, keep in mind this is during New York session, and since I live in New Zealand, yeah, this is at like 2 a.m. in the morning, so this is just hypothetical. I just want to practice so that when I do have free time, like during the summer, I can wake up for these 2 a.m. sessions. But yeah, bullish on the 4 hour, bullish on the 1 hour. We can mark up our liquidity. Now, if you guys have been watching TGR Trading Transformations, he's talked about how there's sometimes liquidity sweeps before New York session opens. So we got a liquidity sweep right here with this candle. And since we were bearish on both the 4 hour and the 1 hour, we can hop on a lower time frame. Zoom out of this video right here. See, that's our liquidity sweep. Then we would have been looking for continuations and internal manipulation. So there we go. Opens, liquidity sweep, break of structure right here with this candle with displacement. Textbook. 50% right here. EG to spread. Stops above the leg that caused displacement. And targeting 1 hour liquidity. Where was that? Yeah, probably target this liquidity right here. Oh, wait. My bad. Targeting this liquidity. Otherwise, it would have been a good risk reward trade. So coming down here, there we are. That's a good risk reward trade. I would have hit take profit. Quite a bit of drawdown actually. Actually, it would have been this candle. Stop signs there, just below liquidity. But yeah, nice trade. There was also SMT divergence with this trade on the S&P futures, but yeah. So this was a potential setup. On GJ, I mostly will be trading GJ because due to my time zone, it's just easier for me to trade London session. So yeah, this was the potential trade that we could have taken after news came out. 1 to 5 risk reward. But yeah, Tuesday analysis. Couldn't trade today. Can't trade today as well because I have more football training. I should be able to trade tomorrow on Thursday. So we'll see how today goes. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Yo, peace out.